Elis, formerly known as Porthcawl Counselling, was founded in 1996 by Mrs Edwina Ted White, MBE, a retired social worker, and also Dr Richard Jenkins, a local GP. Although we based in Porthcawl, there was recognition that there was an urgent need for talking therapy across the Bridgend borough. Elis started from very humble beginnings, providing free counselling and psychotherapy in rooms at local churches. But in more recent times, we have rented premises on Victoria Avenue, and in 2013, we were able to purchase our current premises through a Welsh Government grant. However, we still urgently need your support in order to continue our service to the community. We have currently over 50 volunteers, including our counsellors, receptionists, officers, trustees and the Friends of Elis. And without the support of these wonderful volunteers, we would not be able to continue the work we do. Would you be interested in volunteering? How about some fundraising? If you have any queries about our counselling service or would be interested in volunteering or fundraising, go to the website for more information or just pick up the phone and we will be more than happy to help. Thank you.
Before Elis, completely different story. I used to work in the media, so I used to work for Real Radio and I used to work behind the scenes. So all the adverts that you hear going out on air, I used to schedule them.
Before I came to Elis, I worked at Princess of Wales Hospital on one of the wards, making teas and coffees and emptying the water jugs. That was really all you were allowed to do, and you could see the staff running round really busy, and we were just standing there waiting for something to do really. So I didn't really find it fulfilling enough, so I decided to look for something else.
Before I was in Elis, I was volunteering at other charity shops, and I'd also recently just graduated from university.
Yes, I was a junior school teacher in Hounslow, London. Well, when I came back to Porthcawl for family reasons, I was looking around for something that I thought would hopefully make some sort of difference.
Sort of came to a sort of crossroads in my life thinking, what shall I do? And I'd always thought about counselling and that sort of thing for many, many years, good few years. And I think because I got to that point in my life, I decided that's what I wanted to do. And I luckily found Elis.
Well, I saw the advert in a local magazine and knew a little bit about Elis. And I've had a lot of dealings with mental health services. And I just thought it'd be nice to be on the other side for a change and put something back, really.
I chose to come to Elis because it was something different I hadn't done before, and also because I'd been using mental health facilities, so like psychiatrists and counsellors, since I was about 14, so it was a way for me to give back to mental health.
I actually saw an advert for a job role here. Didn't decide to apply for the job, but decided that I wanted to volunteer instead because I wanted to study at the same time. It provides a service for people who really need it, a free service, people who need at the most important times of their life, the times, desperate times. And I just thought it was an amazing place to volunteer. I've never volunteered before and I just wanted to come here.
It's helped build my skills as well for admin, so because when I started here, I'd be very nervous to answer a phone and I wouldn't have been able to operate a photocopier at all.
I'm a receptionist here. I come here usually every Tuesday and it involves answering the phones, taking information from the future clients and meeting people when they come in and greeting them. I love it. I love meeting all counsellors and being with everybody.
Oh, I get a lot out of coming here. The friendship of everybody is exceptional, really. You're treated as an equal and you're included in everything. You're made to feel worthwhile, really.
One of the things they actually said helped me to get the job was the fact that I'd volunteered here, because it showed I did have the admin skills they needed.
I wanted to work with adults primarily, and I wanted to hopefully try and make a difference to people's lives in that Elis gave me the opportunity to see people with various different problems in life, shall we say, and the ability then to make some sort of change in people's lives. I thought that was paramount.
You know, if you do it only once a week, it's only 3 hours of your time. You get to develop new skills, it helps you build your confidence, and you just meet lovely people as well, and it's a really good cause to get behind.
I think it's to be able to see people actually change, to see people become happier, to see people become better adjusted to life altogether. And it's one of the rare places where people can actually come up to you afterwards and say, yes, thank you.
And if anybody was looking for a job, a voluntary job, I would certainly encourage them to come here.
Well, I wouldn't have liked to have gone through my whole life and said, right, what have you done with your life? Well, nothing particular, I've just lived my life. With Elis, you can actually feel success, and I don't mean this in a pompous way, succeeding in making other people's lives happier.
I would just say go for it. I think it's really important that everybody give a little bit of their time, especially to this service. Like I said, it's valuable. It gives a counselling service to people who really need it. We do offer this valuable service for people, and we need people to volunteer here, and I think you get so much back out of it.
Workplace mental health and well-being has been, one could argue, a Cinderella aspect of the work life. And Elis is interested in mental health and well-being, so what we've been doing is we've been looking at the available evidence out there, which is substantial, both in academic and in media terms. There's been a lot of emphasis on positive mental health in the workplace, so we think that we're well placed to be able to enter into providing some form of education and support for companies, organisations, teams, and other working contexts where we can raise awareness and help people solve and potentially help organisations support their staff through periods of mental ill health. And in doing so, what we've done is we've developed a 10-session package which looks at some of the major areas of problems associated with mental health in the workplace. So, for example, we're looking at depression, we're looking at anxiety, because that's been suggested in the evidence that that's two of the major problems. We're also looking at stress and how people can manage stress, and other things like how to successfully get your employees back to work, and also how to retain staff, as an example. And one of the aspects of the training is how to create a very healthy working community that addresses the mental health needs of the employees and the organisation. And hopefully that connects with other service provisions that support people in their working lives.
For nearly all of its existence, Elis has been largely staffed by volunteer counsellors and psychotherapists. Over the past 10 years, there's been a significant growth in counselling training courses within higher and further education, as well as the third and private sector. Consequently, the majority of therapy offered to the public has been by those in training either at graduate or postgraduate level. Elis has worked developing and maintaining good supervisory systems to ensure that the service meets the ethical dimensions for and of good practice. Elis has been recruiting and providing a practice context for counsellors and psychotherapists undertaking their training since 1996. Many associate counsellors and psychotherapists have gone on to achieve senior positions in the academic, public and private sectors, and continue to give their time and support to Elis. Elis provides what we refer to as associate counsellor status. This important process has facilitated the completion of training as required by the training provider and the professional body. Consequently, many counsellors will also provide counselling as part of their ongoing practice hours towards accreditation with the BACP, British Association of Counselling and Psychotherapy. The Elis diploma therefore consists of 10 thematic units delivered over 2 years. 1. Introduction to the course. 2. Cognitive behavioural therapies. 3. Person-centred approaches. 4. Psychodynamic approaches. 5. Systemic practice. 6. Ethics applied to practice. 7. Integration of models and theories of change. 8. Reflective practice. 9. Evidence-based practice. And 10. Developing a practitioner stance and theoretical model. Each year of the course is complemented by personal development groups which run concurrently with the teaching seminars. These groups are part of the overall teaching concept within the course and will be facilitated by members of the course team. In order to achieve the required hours for training, 400 over the course, we have designed the course to run in the format of evening seminars, day blocks and weekend workshops. Evening sessions will be offered at Elis, and these will be between 6 and 9 p.m. These will be usually offered on a weekly basis. Personal development groups through the training will support theoretical teaching and equates to 40 hours teaching over 2 years. The Elis diploma is part-time and will be offered and assessed at Learning Level 4 Diploma in Counselling and Psychotherapy. We have chosen this level since it is the benchmark laid down by the Department of Health 2010, as an acceptable standard for offering therapeutic services, for example, within the NHS. Therefore, in essence, at Elis we offer a 2-year diploma level 4 in therapeutic counselling, where you qualify as a counsellor, 100 hours of supervised practice included, competitively priced for affordability and no formal qualification needed. Looking forward to hearing from you.